Hey Kings of Dragons, Dragon King 551 here. And today I'm going to do a breakdown and show you the highlights and my thoughts on the Rutgers Michigan football game yesterday. Now obviously this game was nitty-gritty. The final score was 20-13. I will show you the stat line of Michigan and Rutgers after I show you the highlight reel. And let's just get into it and let's just show you how well Michigan played. So, obviously, this is the highlights for Michigan Rutgers, and let's go into the first quarter here. Now, obviously, they held us to not a very good run in game for us, as we only ran for 76 yards or so, and Rutgers did more on the ground, and we did more through the air. But that's why I need to know if Michigan are pretenders or contenders. Rutgers looks like a real deal team, though. It's been a while since they've played, so we'll see. Hassan Haskins is actually one of our good running backs. He's a heavy hitter, very hard guy to bring down. It was a good run there. You see Hassan Haskins not able to get through that guy, but able to push through another guy and get about 7 yards there. So now we give it to our Blake Corum. They're our second running back, who's actually a more speedy guy. They call him Lightning and Thunder. Hassan Haskins more of the Thunder because he's like heavier and he hits harder, and then Blake Corum is more of that. So that's a good throw there. Mix it up. Don't use the run all the time. Don't rely on that run. That was a good throw there. But you need our quarterback definitely needs to play better and not play some crappy throws. So there we go. Where they think they're going to go for a QB sneak. Nope, we're going to give it right to Hassan Haskins. He leaps over a couple of players, gets right into the end zone there. Now that's a good throw for Rutgers, but boom, our guys are just there. They swarm and they just slam him to the ground. Good defense there. Okay, it's 3rd and 9. Our guy just kind of flows away from the wide receiver. Not good defense there. Defensive breakdown. I don't know what kind of play action fake that was. I think that was Aiden Hutchinson who almost got him. He couldn't find anywhere a Rutgers quarterback, so he just dumps it off to his running back. Now I like this. They get pressure on him and force him to dump it off to his running back, so he can't throw it that deep, but his running back is able to get a 3rd and 1 manageable to get a first down. Now this one, obviously, they try to do some kind of option, and they give it to the running back instead of the quarterback, and our guys are just able to swarm there and just get really well oriented. Now, this is good because we held them to a field goal, so now it's 7-3. Now we got Michigan here. Now look, we're gonna go for a throw again, and that's a pretty good, decent throw. We get to the 50, and that's really good. So now we move into the second quarter here, where it's 2nd and 7. We're at our 50, and another great throw. Now this is where there it is. That's a horse collar tackle. That's not allowed in college. That gives us a 1st and goal, and there we go. Hassan Haskins with another touchdown. Those are the only touchdowns that Michigan scored all game. The rest of the points were 2 field goals, making it 20-13. So now let's see. Okay, Rutgers gets moving here with the ball. Pretty solid. That's actually a pretty good play action there. But our guys are just able to swarm again. Good tackle. That guy has to come out due to college rules. You cannot stay in when your helmet comes off. Another good run there. But I didn't like him running sideways for that long. That you need to worry about getting to the field. Now this is probably one of the bad ones. He could have thrown it to anyone else open. There were a couple other guys, but I understand that he's under pressure, just wants to dump it off and live to fight for another drive and doesn't want to force bad action there. Now look at this bounce. That's a beautiful kick. Good special teams. Solid there. Now, this is really good D because we hold them. Oh, they can't get out of there. 3rd down. Get in that 3rd down action, and now we get the punt and we get the ball back. Now, here we go. A front. 1st down from that throw. Beautiful. And here we go, Jake Moody. It's good, and now we are up 17-3, which is actually really solid. So here we go with Rutgers trying to get something on 3rd and 7. Ooh, gets away from that pressure, able to pick up a first down. That's pretty solid with Rutgers. I mean, able to step away from that blitz and able to get there. This time, Rutgers is going to dump it off to the running back again. Pretty solid. Now, let's see what this play is. Okay, so he pump fakes, he looks, and he throws it to his wide receiver. But our guys are just able to swarm and go right after him, and that's just a good tackle there by our defensive backs. With 22 seconds, Michigan actually does make another great pass. Look at that. Our guy goes down. He almost goes all the way. Can't keep his feet in after that tackle there. So we get it to the 5, and Jake Moody again, another field goal for him. 20-3 going into half. So we go into third quarter. Sorry about these ads, guys. So we go into the third quarter, obviously, and they try to go for a QB run, and that's just not going to work on 1st and 15 for them. Again, flags are what plagued Rutgers a little bit early on in the game. The stupid calls for Rutgers, I feel bad for them on those. They're able to stay focused. Now, this is a good run. This is a good punt return for Michigan, but there was a flag, but we picked it up, so he stayed where he was. Couldn't get anything going on that one, so we couldn't get points. Tried to go, and there we go with Rutgers, the trickery. So let's see, Rutgers, what are they going to do here? Okay, that's actually not a bad play action. But there he goes, Aiden Hutchinson. That guy did not have a good block on him, and he's able to push through and fight. This is probably the one that is bad. I don't like this play right here because let's go back slightly. So you have this guy right here, and I think it's this guy who we're supposed to watch him and watch him come down, and they basically have him, but like look, so that guy's going to come. That guy comes down. That drops. He sees him, and then he just kind of drops off. Number 41 tries to come back, and there's just no eye and discipline there, and it's just terrible there, and that's just a bad defensive breakdown, and I just don't like that play. I don't like it. It's not a play I would want our team to be focused on. I just don't like that defense, and we need to focus more and play better on that. Now let's look at the fourth quarter here. So they go for a field goal. This is pretty solid. Now, let's see. They try to get a run here going, and Rutgers, pretty solid. Now, I mean, yes, Rutgers does have a pretty good team. They look like a real deal team. They don't look like pretenders. Michigan doesn't look like pretenders either. They look like contenders. But we'll get into that a little bit after this highlight reel and the stat line. So, yeah, they keep moving with the ball. Here they go with a field goal. They shank it. No good. Could have made it 20-16. Made it a 4-point game. Only could not do that. Here they go again. Now that's just a good QB run there. That one is pretty solid. But that's pretty solid there. Here's a 3rd and 1. And this time we swarm them, we hold them. 4th down, and they have to punt back to us. Good defense. Now this play, I don't really like this one either. I don't like this option play here. Let's go back to it. Let's go why I don't like this play. So everyone's loaded in the box. You see all these guys like loaded and stuff. And this guy just picks up right away. So either you're going to get to the running back and he could bounce it outside and there's like no one there. Instead, they give it to this guy, the quarterback, and he keeps it, and that guy's just able to get him down. So in the earlier part of the game, they weren't loading the box a lot. Now that they load the box, what do we have to do? We have to bounce it outside. We can't do that. We have to bounce the ball outside. Don't run it up the gut, and they just did not make a good block there, and that was just bad read for us. That's all right, though. I mean, 4th down. So we try again. He's 2 for 2, and he's trying to make another one. He was 5 for 6 going into this game, and he just shanks that one. And he was 5 for 5, and now he's 5 for 6 after that miss. This guy tries to go for a QB run when he should have just kept throwing the ball, and he just fumbles it. And basically, that ends the game right there as Michigan takes the knee. Defense wins championships. People show up for the offense. Hey, defense wins championships. People show up for the offense. That's what the game is about. So that's what we have here, and Michigan does really well. So that's them doing well. I'll bring up the Michigan Wolverines stat line here. So this is the game, obviously. So this is what Rutgers did. Their top running back, really solid, 107 yards, 20 carries, 0 TDs though. He got 1 TD on a passing TD, so this is pretty good for him. This is what Michigan did. Our quarterback, definitely pretty solid. But this is our rushing game, 68, 41 yards. It's okay. It's not the best we had. So, yes, we did get 112. We were held to 76 in the first half, but we were able to get back up to into the hundreds. But 270 yards, 352. So that's basically what I have to say about Rutgers and Michigan game. Now, obviously, very tough and frustrating for us. I mean, our defense did well, but we did lose a guy, John Ross, who was really good, and we just lost him because of an injury. I think he'll come back next week, though. He'll be all right. I mean, I think he had some shoulder injury there and stuff. But hey, next man up mentality, and our defense still came alive. Now, yes, here's some interesting facts that I'm going to give Michigan before we get into all this real and pretender stuff. Last time Michigan beat freaking Ohio State was 2011. So it's been 10 years since we beat them. Last time Michigan was in a national championship game, I wasn't even born. It was 1997. Last time Michigan won the Big Ten, 04. I was really young there. I mean, Big Ten title and Big Ten, that's the last time they've done it. So, with all those stats and stuff, Michigan really needs to play better and stuff. Now, do I think Rutgers is contender or pretender? Rutgers looks like a contender team to go somewhere. Now, do I think they will be in the college playoff come December, come January? I don't know. Will they be in the bowl game? Yes, I think they could get into a bowl game and be contender there. But what I really don't like is that I don't like how there's 4 teams. I get it though. I get it because it's college and these players are starting to get paid, but I understand why you don't want to make it 16 teams or bump it up to 8 teams. But I think it would be better with like the top 8 teams. You know, you get Alabama, Clemson, or Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, you know, all these teams that are the top 8. So, yes. So the last time Michigan won a national championship, and the last time Michigan beat a top 5 team, such as Alabama, and one of those teams was literally 21 years ago when the quarterback that played for Michigan, the greatest quarterback to ever live in the NFL right now, 7 Super Bowl rings, and that man was Tom Brady, the GOAT. So yes, he's everywhere. I mean, he a long history. You just gotta look for it. He's crazy, good. So, yeah. I mean, I see Michigan and they're like, we want Bama. You don't get ahead of yourselves. You gotta play top teams like Penn State and Ohio State. Now, Penn State is ranked 6, so we'll see how well they play against them. Obviously, they have the Wisconsin Badgers. They haven't beat them in their stadium for 2001, but they have won against the Badgers before in Michigan. So we'll see how well they do there. They're not going to play every game. I don't think they play Minnesota this year for the Little Brown Jug game. They will play Michigan State. But I'm hoping Michigan does a lot better. Now, Rutgers, looking at 3-1, that was a good game. That was close. And I really think that I think both teams have a lot this year, and I think that they're going to do a lot of damage. Now, Rutgers, I mean, hey, they look like a good team. I mean, they only lost by 7 points. That's what I call an actual good team. If you lose by 7 or 3 or 1 point or something, I still think you're still a pretty solid team. They were just slightly better than you overall. It's like saying, okay, um, they beat us by 40 points, right? So, or they beat us by 26 points, and you lost 46-20. They were better than you today. They were just better than you. They were a better team, and they played better than you. But you lose by 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, four, five, six, seven. In those single digits, and it's a close game like that, they were slightly better than us. They were slightly better, just slightly. Their defense was a slightly better. They were able to play better than us, and they were able to keep that lead and do what they got to do. Now, I like how Michigan does play. They start off slow. They don't start off fast. I mean, they started off fast yesterday, but they almost lost that momentum, and Rutgers got it back, and then Michigan got it back. So you've got to play better than that. I don't like how some of these plays reacted. I don't like that option play, and I don't like the one of those other plays that I described. I don't like those plays. Oh yeah, the defensive play where the running back. You got to play more discipline and worry about our team. I hope they're to watch that highlight reel back. I mean, you can't watch every highlight reel and just be like, okay, this is what happened. But if you want to point out two things, I think you got to point out that option play because that was just a bad option play, and I wouldn't run that again. And then you also got to watch that definitely the defensive play because that was a bad play overall. Now, do I think Michigan do I think Michigan are potentially in playoff contention? If they keep winning like this and figure out their and get back to the running routes and open the passing game a little more, because I didn't like some of the passing. There were some bad passes yesterday where just bad passes all over the court. I mean, oh, I'm sorry, all over the field. I mean, seriously, you have freaking one where it's overthrown, one that's short, one that's behind him. I mean, it's just bad overall. So I hope Michigan can come back and they basically can get a better offense together and hope that their team and defense do better. But I'm gonna be here all season long for football and basketball in Michigan, and basically we're just gonna discuss each game and see what they can improve on and what I think they should improve on. So until next time, guys, don't forget to stay radical. I'll see you next time. And as they say in the big house, go blue.